Hi everyone, it's Gerriann with scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and today you can go over to my blog, scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, in order to pick up the cutting guides for the Seaside Collection Workshop on the Go. This will be the video for introducing the cutting guides and showing you how to cut your paper. As I've done in the past, I have set everything up. The collection that we are using is the Seaside Collection on page 125 of the catalog, G1089. It retails for $29.95. Comes with the Seaside Paper Collection, an acrylic stamp, which is very, very cute. We'll definitely use it. Here's the stamp set. It also comes with 2 additional sheets of cardstock, a colonial white and a pear. If you only purchased the paper pack, you'll need 2 additional cardstock pieces. It comes with a Seaside assortment, but I used that on my cards. It comes with aqua dots and an instructional brochure. We'll also be using the Seaside Compliments, which is X7192C. As well as 2 of the stamp sets that go with this collection, which is C1594, which is Treasured Friendship, and D1609, which is Seaside Greetings. So I'll be using those stamp sets on these layouts as well. So if you guys have not been to my show before or seen any of the pre-cut videos that have been uploaded over at YouTube, I basically walk you through. I draw cutting guides for each and every piece of paper, how to cut the papers, so that you guys can get the most out of your paper and be able to do 8 layouts. You will need 8 base pages. Those are not included in the kit or in the cutting guide, so you need 8 12 by 12 pieces of paper to build on. This works perfect if you have a family album, 2 children, 1 for each of theirs, and then maybe 1 layout for a grandma album. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to walk you through the pages. Again, the Workshop on the Go is on page 124 of the brand new Close to My Heart catalog, which you can find on my website at gerriannarmstrong.ctmh.com. So every project starts out with a set of page protectors, and I use 5 of the Close to My Heart page protectors and tie them up with a ribbon just to get started. I also label each and every piece, page 1, page 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you have taken any of my card classes or shown up at any of those, you definitely know that I like things in order to be able to kind of work. So this works really good as a sorting system as you are working through cutting your pages, because each of the pages has a page number. Now, I will tell you that the layouts are from the Cherish collection out of Close to My Heart, and I will tell you that these layouts coincide with the layouts found. Let me grab my book here. Seems that book has vanished. Well, that's not good. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Cherish. This is an older version of the book. This book retails for $14.95 and can be found on page 190 of the catalog. It's up here, letter C. It retails for $14.95, 9038, and we'll be using that for upcoming, probably through the end of the year. We'll be using this book in order to do new and upcoming layouts. We may revisit some of our older ones. We've already gone through all of the Make It From Your Heart Volume 2 layouts, and I'm trying to think if we got through Volume 1 as well. But I know that I definitely wanted to use this book here. So it's one of my favorites, and we'll definitely be going with that. Alright, so the layouts that correspond with these cutting guides are found on, they're called asymmetric, page 18 and 19, called aesthetic balance, found on page 32 and 33, creative rhyme, found on page 36 and 37, and finally our last one is echoes, found on page 40 and 41. So those are the layouts that we are doing using the cutting guides. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Here are the papers. So this is what I've chosen for pattern paper number 1, and I'll need 2 sheets. And on the back has a very pretty sorbet color. Okay. Pattern 2 is this nice bamboo print. I'm not sure if you guys can see the texture of that. And on the back is a stripe. Pattern paper number 3 I am using is this really pretty weathered, blue weathered wood looking piece. And on the back is a polka dot. For solid color number 1, I'm using a piece of pear. For solid color number 2, I'm using a piece of sorbet. For solid color number 3, which has 2 pieces, it is desert sand. For color number 4 is the brand new color glacier, and of course 2 pieces. And for color number 5, I have 2 pieces of colonial white. Now my bases of my pages are all in the craft cardstock. And the craft cardstock can be found on page, oh goodness, I really need to tag all this. Can be found on let's see, where is it? It is found on page, there it is. It's on page 175, the item number. You get 24 sheets for $9.50. And it is the really nice, heavy, thick craft cardstock. Is Z1375. Again, that's craft cardstock on page 175. The item number is Z1375. And those are the bases of my pieces today. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my trimmer, and I'm going to go ahead and start with pattern piece number 1. My first cut is going to be at 8 inches. By 8 inches. And then this is for piece number 5. And then this will cut into 2 4x4s, which is page 6 and 7. And then this piece is for page number 6. Okay? So this is page number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Page number 5. This is for page number 6 and page number 7, and this page is for page number 6. We're going to move on to our second piece. We're going to stick our zip strip here in the front as we put everything, either the front or the back. It's up to you how it works best for you. I'll move my plastic bag there. On our second piece, we're going to cut at 10.5 inches. By 8 inches. This is for page number 2. And then this cuts at 4.5 inches. And then down to a 3 by 3. These little pieces here are extra. Page 1, little piece, page 1, 4x4, page 1, larger piece, page 2. All right, moving on to our second pattern pieces of paper. We are using the round side here. We may choose to flip it over once we kind of do, but I have a feeling we're going to use the brown side. And our very first piece is for page 3. So we're going to cut the very first piece of this at 5 inches. At 2.5. At 2.5. That leaves us with 2 inches. And we're going to cut this one down to 4 inches, or no, 6 inches, sorry. This one cuts to 6, and then at 4. These two little pieces, this is the last little piece, and the zip strip, they both have words and stuff on it, so those go in our front. The 6-inch piece is for layout number 4. This little piece is for layout number 5. These two pieces here are for layout number 8. And this piece is for layout number 3. We're going to go to our next layout, or next piece of that same pattern paper, and our first cut is going to be at 5 inches by 5 inches. Then we're going to cut this down to 4 inches. And we're going to have a 4x4 piece and a 4x3 piece. This piece that we cut, we want to cut to 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to line that up first. And we're going to cut this down to 6 inches. These little pieces are extra. Stick them in the front of our book here. Our next piece we're going to cut is at 2.5 inches, and we need this at 6 inches, and this piece is extra. And then this piece we cut down to 4x4. These two pieces are extra. Our 4x4 piece goes for page number 5. Our 2.5 by 6 goes for page number 4. Our 3/4 by 6 goes for page number 4. Our 3x4 piece goes for page number 6. Our 4x4 goes for page number 6, and our 5x5 goes for page number 3. Alright, we're on to pattern paper number 3. This is some beautiful paper. It is the one that is just gorgeous. And our first cut is going to be at 7 inches. This is for page number 8. And then at 3 inches. And then we're going to cut this down to 8 inches. And these pieces are extra. So I'm going to slip those in here. This is for page number 8, and the little piece is for page number 7. And then out of this large piece, we need a piece that is 8 inches by 9 inches. And these pieces are extra. I think we're going to do some titles out of these because they're really pretty. Might run a few titles out of the Cricut. And this is for page number 7. Alright, for solid cardstock color number 1, we again are using the pear. Our first cut is going to be at 6 inches. We're going to cut at 8 inches. That's for piece number 1. And then we're going to make a 4x4 square. This is for page number 7. This is extra. Our next cut is going to be at 3 inches. And we're going to cut this at 9 inches. Yes, you can. And at 3 inches. And then we've got a 3-inch piece here. We're going to cut down to 7 inches. That's why I show, you can use this cutting guide with other collections of paper or even paper out of your stash. That's why I show you how many pieces of a particular paper that you need so that you can choose to use whatever paper you want. Actually, I did this paper out of some retired close to my heart, so I haven't even seen what all of this is going to look like in the end just yet, other than I'm pretty sure what the colors are going to look like. So this 6x8 is for number 1. 4x4 piece is for page number 7. 3x9, yeah, because that's 7. 3x9 is for page number 1. This 3x2.5 is what that should have been, is for page number 2. And this is for page number 2 as well. Alright, our next piece is solid color cardstock number 2, and it is sorbet. And our first cut is going to be at 5 inches. By 8 inches. This is for page number 6. And then a 4x4 again. Then our next piece is going to be at 4 inches. And we've got 6 inches. This is for page number 3. And a 4x4 for page number 5. Then this is our 3-inch piece. And we are cutting a 3x3. And a second 3x3. And these pieces are extra. And let's see, these two little 3x3s are for page 3. This 4x4 is for page 5. This 4x6 is for page 3. 4x4 is for page 7. And this large page is for page 6. Alright, our next piece is solid cardstock color number 3. And I have picked out 2 sheets of desert sand for solid color number 3. These are easy ones to cut. Our first cut is at 1 inch. That's for page number 1. And another 1 inch for page number 2. Now we have 4 1/2 inches. So 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch for page number 3. and a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch for page number 8. Now we're going to go ahead and cut, this is 8 inches now, so we're going to cut this at 6. We're going to split this to 4. So we have a 4x6. So this is an 8x6, a 4x6. We're going to get a 4x4 and a 2x2. So that leaves this little piece as extra, and the rest of those go on our layouts. So the 2x2 goes on page 6. The 4x4 goes on page 5. The 4x6 goes on page 6. The 6x8 goes for page 4. 2 of these little 1/2 inch ones go for page 3, and 2 of them go for 8. And the 2 1-inch ones, one is for page 1 and one is for page 2. Our second piece of cardstock, desert sand, we're going to cut at 5. Sorry about that. We're going to cut at 5 by 6. And then a 3.5 inch piece by 3.5 inches. These 2 little pieces are extra. Our next cut is going to be at 4.5 inches this way at the 7-inch mark. And we're going to cut this down to 6.5 inches. So this little piece is extra. This is for page number 6. And we need 2 pieces of 3x3. This is for page number 3 and page number 4. These 2 pieces here are extra. So we've got page 3 and page 4. This 6.5 by 4.5 is page 6. This 3.5 by 3.5 is on page 7. And this 5 by 6 is on page 8. Our fourth color cardstock, I chose is our new Glacier color. And again, we have 2 sheets of that. So we'll go ahead and get started with our first sheet. Our first cut is at 6 inches. By 1.5 by 2 inches. So this is for page 4, at 2 inches for page 4, at 5.5 inches for page 4, and this leaves a 5. We're going to cut this down to 5 inches, so a 5 by 3 for page 3. This little piece goes into our extra. Then we're also going to cut a 5 by 6 inch piece. So is this 6 inches? It is. So we're going to go ahead and just cut that at 5 inches. Alright, this piece is extra. We'll stamp on it. We can do all kinds of things. It'll be fun. Alright. So this piece is for page number 8. This little piece here is for page number 3. This piece here is for page number 4. The 2-inch piece is for page number 4, and the 1.5 inches for page number 4. On our second piece of Glacier, we're going to cut at 2 by 12 for page number 3, and at 4.5 by 6.5 for page number 7. These are extra. Page 7 and page 3. And finally, we're down to solid color number 5, which is also 2 pieces. And for this, again, I chose the Colonial White. These are predominantly photo mats. So our first one is 6 by 6. I feel like I'm shouting at you guys. 6 by 6. For page 5, a 4 by 6. For page 1, and a 4-inch by 1.5-inch piece for page number 6. These 2 little pieces here are extra. And then we need a 4 by 6, a 4 by 6, and a third 4 by 6. So that takes care of piece number 1. So those go in page number 2, page number 5, and page number 6. The little piece goes in page number 6. 4 by 6 goes into page number 1. And the 6 by 6 goes on page number 5. Our last piece, which gives us a lot of room for stamping, is 2.5 by 2.5. We just did not have a big enough piece for that left over. Okay? So this all is extra for stamping, and this 2.5 by 2.5 inch piece is for piece number 6, or page number 6. All right, so that takes care of all of our cutting guides. Getting all of the pieces cut, and so our next video will be to show you how to assemble all of these to make them look like pages. So this is what my book looks like as I'm just doing my cutting guides. Okay? So join us for video number 2 in the Seaside Workshop on the Glow 8-page layout class. You can find more information about this workshop over on my blog, scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and you can purchase the collection again over on my website, Gerriann, Gerriann, Armstrong.ctmh.com. Thanks for joining me.